Welcome back to the channel Coins. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and most misunderstood coins in American history, the $quarter coin, a coin you may have touched 1,000 times without ever realizing that one single example could be worth a life-changing amount of money. So stay with me because this is not just history, this is a treasure hunt hiding in plain sight. The $quarter coin was first introduced in the United States in the year 1796, and from the very beginning it represented more than just 25 cents. It represented freedom, trade, power, and trust. The early designs showed liberty herself standing proud, a symbol of a young nation trying to prove its strength to the world. Over time the designs changed, but the soul of the quarter remained the same, a coin meant to move hands fast yet carry deep meaning. Now let us jump forward to the modern era where most people believe quarters are boring, common, and only good for parking meters. That belief is exactly why rare quarters still slip through pockets unnoticed. One of the most fascinating chapters in quarter history begins around the late 1960s and early 1970s, a time when America was changing fast and so was its money. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. After that, silver was removed and replaced with a copper nickel-clad composition. Many collectors stopped paying attention because they believed the value was gone, but this is where the story gets exciting, because some of the most valuable era coins and rare transitional coins come from this exact period. Now let us talk about the 1970 $quarter. This coin at first glance looks completely ordinary. You have George Washington on the front, calm, strong, timeless, and the eagle on the back spreading its wings, but hidden within this ordinary look are rare variations that collectors dream about. Some 1970 quarters were struck on leftover silver planchets meant for earlier years. These coins were never supposed to exist, yet a few escaped into circulation. Imagine holding a coin that weighs slightly more than normal, shines differently, and rings with a silver tone. That difference could mean you are holding a coin worth thousands, tens of thousands, or even more depending on condition and verification. Some extremely rare specimens connected to transitional minting errors and pristine preservation have been valued by collectors and private sales at astonishing figures reaching into hundreds of thousands, and in legendary cases valuations have been discussed as high as $787,976.49 when combined with extreme rarity, historical significance, and elite collector demand. This is not fantasy, this is how the rare coin market works. Value is created by three powerful forces: rarity, condition, and story. The 1970 quarter sits at the center of all three. The United States Mint never officially released silver quarters in 1970, yet documented examples exist. That contradiction alone fuels massive interest. Add perfect condition, sharp strikes, and verified metal content, and suddenly a pocket coin becomes a museum-level artifact. Collectors examine these coins carefully, weighing them, testing their sound, inspecting the edges, and sending them for professional grading. A normal clad quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, while a silver one weighs over 6 grams. That tiny difference can separate pocket change from a fortune. But the 1970 quarter is not alone. The broader $quarter series is filled with valuable hidden gems: Liberty design quarters, early Washington quarters, proof errors, double dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, and mint mark anomalies. All of these factors can turn a simple coin into a high-value collectible. What makes quarter coins so special is that they were produced in massive numbers, which means errors are incredibly rare. Survivors in perfect condition are even rarer. This is why collectors are willing to pay huge sums, not just for the metal but for the moment in history frozen inside that coin. When you hold a rare quarter, you are holding the sound of old mint presses, the tension of economic change, the shift from silver to modern metals, and the silent mistakes that created legends. Each scratch, each shine, each detail tells a story. The market for rare quarters today is stronger than ever as more people search their collections, jars, and inherited boxes. New discoveries are still being made. The demand from collectors, investors, and historians continues to rise, pushing prices higher year after year. If you have quarters from the 1970s, especially 1970, do not ignore them. Look closely, weigh them, study them, because history has shown again and again that the most valuable treasures are the ones nobody was looking for. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a journey, a gamble, a study of time and chance. And this is why the $quarter coin, especially rare examples from transitional years, holds a special place in the world of numismatics. Stay curious, keep searching, and never underestimate the power of small things, because sometimes a single quarter can be worth more than gold. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about American coins, the $quarter-dollar coin, with special focus on the legendary 1971 issue, a coin many people ignore every day without knowing what kind of history, power and hidden value it may carry in your pocket. So relax, listen carefully and do not skip, because this story can change the way you look at coins forever. The $quarter-dollar coin is one of the most used coins in the world, especially in the United States, and for decades it has passed silently through millions of hands, from shops to vending machines, from banks to old drawers at home. Yet behind this simple coin there is a long, powerful history that connects freedom, art, politics and money, and that history begins much earlier than 1971, when America wanted its coinage to represent liberty, strength and identity. The design most people know shows George Washington on the front, a symbol of leadership and independence, and the eagle on the back representing freedom and national pride. But what many collectors focus on are the tiny details, the sharpness of the strike, the condition of the metal, and most importantly the year and mint that can turn an ordinary-looking quarter into a serious collector's dream. Now let us move into 1971, a year that looks normal on the surface, but in the coin world it holds a special place. This was a period after silver was removed from circulating quarters, meaning most people believed these coins had no future value, and because of that millions were spent without care, scratched, damaged and lost forever. But that is exactly why high-quality examples and rare variations from 1971 are now hunted aggressively by collectors. The 1971 quarter was made mostly from copper and nickel, yet some special strikes, errors and mint condition coins survived untouched, and today these are the pieces that create headlines at auctions. Collectors pay not just for metal, but for condition, rarity and story, and when all three meet, the price can rise shockingly high. Some rare examples linked to special minting conditions and extreme preservation have reached values that sound unreal to normal people. Figures like $78,797,648 are often discussed online, creating massive curiosity, excitement and debate. While not every 1971 quarter reaches this level, the existence of ultra-rare pieces keeps the market hot and keeps collectors searching through rolls and collections every single day. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt. Imagine finding a coin you once ignored, now worth more than a house, more than a luxury car, more than a lifetime of savings. This possibility is what keeps the world of coins alive and exciting. Collectors look for strong strikes, clean surfaces, original luster and unique errors like double details, off-center strikes or unusual textures. Even a small mistake made at the mint can multiply the value of a coin beyond imagination, and the 1971 quarter is one of those coins where errors matter a lot. History also plays a major role. This coin comes from a time when America was changing economically, politically and socially, and coins from this era represent a transition period which makes them more desirable to historians and collectors alike. When you hold a 1971 quarter, you are holding a piece of that moment frozen in metal. The current market for $quarter-dollar coins is stronger than ever. Interest is rising, prices are moving, and more people are entering the hobby than before thanks to online platforms, auctions and videos like this one. People are finally realizing that coins are not just change, they are asset, stories and sometimes life-changing opportunities. Condition is everything. A worn-out coin may be worth face value, but a flawless, untouched example can be worth thousands or even more depending on demand and rarity. This is why experts always say never clean your coins. Cleaning can destroy value instantly. What looks shiny to you can look damaged to a collector. The future of the $quarter-dollar coin market looks bright as supplies of high-grade coins continue to shrink and demand continues to grow, especially for key years like 1971. Smart collectors are holding rather than selling, waiting for the next big jump in value. So next time you see a quarter, do not rush to spend it. Look at the year, check the details, feel the weight and ask yourself, could this be something special? Because many great collections started from a single coin found by chance. Here on the Coins channel, our mission is to open your eyes to the hidden world of money, history and opportunity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the $quarter-dollar and the powerful story of the 1971 coin, make sure to stay connected, because more rare coins, more shocking values and more true stories are coming your way. And remember, sometimes fortune is not buried underground, sometimes it is already in your pocket, just waiting to be noticed. Today we are talking about a $quarter-dollar coin that millions of people have used without ever realizing what they were holding in their hands, the 1984 Washington quarter, a coin that still creates confusion, excitement, and big questions in the coin collecting world even today. At first glance, the 1984 quarter looks completely normal, the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front, strong and calm, facing left, with the word liberty above his head, "In God we trust" beside him. and the date 1984 clearly visible at the bottom. Just beneath Washington's hair ribbon is a small letter P, and that tiny letter is the key detail that tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most important mints in American history. On the reverse side, we see the classic eagle design, wings spread wide, arrows clutched in its talons, olive branches beneath, and the powerful words United States of America and $quarter surrounding the design. This design was used for decades, and because of that, many people assume these quarters are common and worthless, but coin collecting is never that simple. The year 1984 was an important time for U.S. coinage. The United States was still recovering from inflation issues of the late 1970s and early 1980s, and the Philadelphia Mint produced a massive number of quarters to keep up with daily circulation needs. Over 600 million 1984 P quarters were minted, which is one reason why most of them are still worth only face value today. But here is where things get interesting, and this is the part most people never hear clearly explained. Not all 1984 P quarters are the same. Most circulated examples that have been used in shops, markets, and pockets for decades are typically worth 25 cents to maybe 50 cents. Even uncirculated examples in average condition usually sell for just a few dollars. That is the reality, and any honest coin channel must tell you the truth. So why do people online talk about crazy prices like hundreds of thousands or even numbers like $787,976? The answer is not the regular coin. The answer is errors, conditions, and misunderstandings. In the coin collecting world, mint errors can change everything. Some 1984 P quarters were struck with off-center designs, double strikes, clipped planchets, or dramatic die breaks. These error coins are rare, and collectors are willing to pay strong money for them. A major off-center strike or a dramatic error can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on how extreme and clear the error is. Another important factor is condition. A perfectly preserved 1984 P quarter graded at the highest levels by professional grading services is extremely rare. Coins graded MS-67 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars because so few survive in that condition. The difference between a common coin and a valuable one is sometimes microscopic. Now let's talk about the biggest myth. There is no confirmed normal 1984 P quarter that has sold for nearly $800,000. That number circulates online because people misunderstand auction listings, error descriptions, or joke posts, and then the rumor spreads. Real coin collectors always verify prices through actual auction records, not viral screenshots. That does not mean the 1984 P quarter is boring. In fact, it is one of the best coins for beginner collectors because it teaches a powerful lesson. Always check your change. Always look closely. Always examine mint marks, edges, strike quality, and weight. Some collectors have found 1984 P quarters with missing clad layers, where the outer copper-nickel layer is partially or completely gone, revealing the copper core. These coins can sell for significant money. Others have found double die errors where the lettering or date appears doubled under magnification, another feature that increases value dramatically. History also adds meaning to this coin. The Washington quarter design honors the first president of the United States, a symbol of leadership, independence, and national identity. By 1984, this design had already become one of the most recognizable coin images in the world, and millions of people across generations handled these coins without thinking twice. Today, collectors search through rolls, jars, and old collections hoping to find that one special 1984 P quarter that stands out from the rest. The excitement is real because it only takes one rare error or high-grade example to turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. So if you have a 1984 P quarter, do not throw it away, do not assume it is worthless, but also do not believe unrealistic price tags without proof. Learn how to inspect it. Use a magnifying glass. Check for errors. Compare it with verified examples. Knowledge is what turns curiosity into profit in coin collecting. This is why coin collecting is not just about money. It is about history, discovery, patience, and the thrill of finding something special where others see nothing. That if you enjoy learning the real stories behind everyday coins, if you want honest information without fake hype, and if you believe treasure can still be hiding in your pocket, then you are in the right place. This is Coins, where every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth far more than 25 cents. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern American coins, the $quarter coin, with special focus on the 1984 quarter, a coin millions of people have seen but very few truly understand, because behind this simple 25-cent piece is a powerful mix of history, mystery, collector demand, rare errors, and market hype that has caused some examples to sell for shocking amounts of money, and by the end of this video you will never look at a quarter the same way. Again, the $quarter has always been more than just a coin. It represents American history, power, and daily life, and for decades it has been the backbone of commerce, from vending machines to parking meters, and among all quarters, the Washington quarter stands out as one of the most iconic designs ever produced by the United States Mint, first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States, and designed to symbolize leadership, liberty, and national pride. Fast forward to the year 1984, a time when America was changing rapidly, technology was advancing, the economy was shifting, and the United States Mint was producing millions of coins to keep up with everyday demand, and in that year, the Philadelphia Mint released the 1984 Washington quarter, a coin that on the surface looks completely normal, yet today has become one of the most searched modern quarters in the coin collecting world. At first glance, the 1984 quarter seems common, made of copper and nickel, weighing about 5.67 grams, featuring George Washington on the front and the classic eagle design on the back. But what most people do not realize is that this coin was produced during a period when quality control at the Mint was not at its best, and that single fact opened the door to a wide range of striking errors, die varieties, and rare mint anomalies that collectors now hunt aggressively. This is where the real story begins, because while a normal circulated 1984 quarter is usually worth face value, sometimes slightly more in high grade, the rare versions of this coin are what fuel the headlines, the rumors, and the jaw-dropping auction prices that can reach into the thousands and in extreme verified cases, even higher when multiple rare factors align. Collectors are especially interested in 1984 quarters with strong doubling, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, wrong metal compositions, missing clad layers, and dramatic die cracks. Because these errors are not just mistakes, they are physical evidence of the minting process breaking down, and collectors pay serious money to own a piece of that history. Another major reason the 1984 quarter gets so much attention is condition rarity, meaning that although millions were made, very few survived in perfect or near perfect condition, especially because quarters were heavily used in circulation. And finding one today with sharp details, full luster, no wear, and clean surfaces can be extremely difficult, and when such a coin is professionally graded at a very high mint state level, the value can skyrocket. The market for coins is driven by demand, rarity, condition, and story, and the 1984 quarter checks all those boxes when the right example appears, which is why collectors are constantly searching through old change jars, bank rolls, and inherited collections hoping to discover that one special coin that turns pocket change into real money. Over the years, auction records have shown that error quarters and top-grade 1984 quarters can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, and while claims of nearly $800,000 are often exaggerated or misunderstood, they usually come from rare multi-error coins, unique mint mistakes, or combined varieties that are one of a kind or nearly impossible to find. And those are the coins that museums and elite collectors compete for. This is why education matters in coin collecting, because knowing what to look for can be the difference between spending a coin and securing a life-changing discovery, and this channel exists to give you that knowledge, so you are not just watching history, you are learning how to recognize value with your own eyes. The 1984 quarter also reminds us of an important truth in coin collecting, that age alone does not determine value, rarity does. And modern coins can sometimes be just as valuable as ancient ones if the circumstances are right, and this coin proves that even something made in recent decades can become a collector treasure. As the coin market continues to grow, driven by online auctions, global collectors, and rising interest in tangible assets, coins like the 1984 quarter are gaining more attention than ever before, and prices continue to fluctuate as new discoveries are made and demand increases, making this an exciting time to be involved in the hobby. So the next time you find a quarter in your pocket, stop for a moment, look closely. Check the date, check the mint mark, examine the details, because history, rarity, and value may be sitting right in your hand, and that is the magic of coin collecting. If you enjoy discovering hidden value, rare coins, and untold stories from everyday money, make sure to subscribe to the Coins channel, where we turn simple change into powerful knowledge. And remember, the most valuable coin you will ever find might already belong to you. Today we are diving deep into one of the most misunderstood and most searched coins in American history, the 1988 $quarter coin. A coin that millions of people have touched, spent, and forgotten, yet collectors around the world still hunt carefully because some examples of this exact year and mint have shocked the market and changed lives. When people hear $quarter, they think 25 cents, but history laughs at that idea, because coins are never just money, they are time capsules, mistakes, symbols of power, and sometimes silent treasures hiding in plain sight. The 1988 $quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a mint with a legacy stretching back to the birth of the United States. This coin belongs to the Washington Quarter series, a design that honors the first president of the United States, George Washington. His portrait on the front is not just a face, it is a reminder of leadership, revolution, and the formation of a nation. Designed originally by John Flanagan, this portrait has appeared on billions of quarters, but not all quarters are created equal. The year, the mint, the strike quality, and most importantly, errors and conditions are what separate pocket change from collector gold. In 1988, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters. Most of them entered circulation immediately, used in vending machines, toll booths, and everyday transactions. Because of this heavy use, finding a 1988 $quarter in pristine condition today is far more difficult than many people realize. Coins from this era were not widely saved, and mint sets were produced in limited quantities compared to modern standards. This means that high-grade examples, especially those with sharp details, strong luster, and no wear, are already scarce. Now let us talk about what really makes collectors excited. Errors. Mint errors are accidents that escape quality control and make it into circulation. These errors turn ordinary coins into extraordinary collectibles. Some 1988 $quarters have been found with off-center strikes, where the design is visibly shifted. Others show double die characteristics, where letters or numbers appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. There are also cases of clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing because the metal sheet was improperly cut. Each of these errors adds rarity, and rarity is the heartbeat of value. Collectors also pay close attention to strike quality on 1988 $quarters. Weak strikes are common for this year, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. A coin with unusually strong detail stands out immediately. When such a coin grades at a high level by professional grading services, the price can jump dramatically. While normal circulated examples are worth face value, uncirculated and high-grade pieces can sell for significantly more, and rare error examples can climb into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. There is a lot of hype online about $quarter being worth massive amounts of money. The truth is important. No normal 1988 $quarter is automatically worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. However, history has shown again and again that extreme rarity, unique errors, and top-grade specimens can bring astonishing prices at auction. The coin market is driven by demand, competition, and storytelling. When collectors fight over one coin because only one or two examples exist in that condition or with that error, prices can explode beyond imagination. What makes the 1988 $quarter even more interesting is its place in time. This coin was minted before the state quarters program changed American coin collecting forever. It represents the end of an era when quarters were still simple, traditional, and often overlooked. Today, collectors look back at these years with renewed interest, realizing that what was once common is now disappearing fast. Every year, more coins are damaged, melted, or lost forever, quietly increasing the rarity of surviving high-quality pieces. If you have a 1988 $quarter, do not rush to spend it. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, the edges, the lettering, and the overall condition. Use a magnifying glass. Compare it with other quarters. If something looks unusual, that is where the story begins. Many valuable coins were discovered by ordinary people who simply paid attention. Coin collecting rewards patience, curiosity, and knowledge more than luck. At Coins, we believe every coin has a story, but only a few have secrets waiting to be unlocked. The 1988 quarter dollar may seem ordinary, but history teaches us that today's pocket change can become tomorrow's prized collectible. Whether you are a beginner or a serious collector, understanding coins like this connects you to the past and opens the door to unexpected value. So the next time a quarter passes through your hands, stop for a moment. Look at it. Question it. Because value is not always obvious, and sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. Stay curious, stay collecting, and stay connected with coins, where every coin matters. Today we are talking about a $quarter coin that millions of people ignore every single day, a coin that sits quietly in drawers and wallets, a coin dated 1989 with the D mint mark, and once you hear this full story, you will never look at a quarter the same way again. This is not just a 25-cent coin. This is history, mystery, metal, and money all packed into one small round piece. The 1989 quarter dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most important minting facilities in the United States, and in 1989 America was changing fast. The Cold War was ending, technology was rising, and the U.S. Mint was producing massive numbers of coins for daily commerce. But inside those millions of quarters, something interesting was happening. The design you see on this coin carries deep American symbolism. On the front, George Washington's portrait stands as a reminder of leadership, independence, and the foundation of a nation. This design had already been in use for decades, yet collectors know that small changes in minting quality, metal flow, pressure, and alignment can turn a normal coin into something truly special. The Denver Mint in 1989 was producing coins at high speed, and when speed increases, so does the chance of rare mistakes. Now here is where things start getting exciting. While most 1989 quarters are worth face value, some examples have stunned collectors because of condition, striking quality, and rare errors. Coins that look ordinary to untrained eyes can carry premium value if they are perfectly preserved, never circulated, and graded at the highest levels. A flawless 1989 quarter with sharp details, full mint luster, and zero wear can already be worth many times more than 25 cents, but the real attention comes from error coins. Off-center strikes, double die features, clipped planchets, weak strikes, and misaligned dies have all been discovered on coins from this era. When these errors appear clearly and are authenticated, collectors compete aggressively to own them. That competition is where prices climb fast. Some rare error quarters from similar years have sold for thousands, and in extreme cases with dramatic errors and top grading, prices have reached unbelievable levels that shock the collecting world. You may have seen numbers floating around online claiming values like $700,000 or more. Here is the truth that smart collectors understand. Those extreme prices are not for normal coins pulled from circulation. Those numbers are connected to ultra-rare error combinations, perfect preservation, and professional grading by top services. The value is not magic, it is condition plus rarity plus demand. When those three meet, the market explodes. The 1989 quarter dollar is especially interesting because many were saved in rolls, and among those rolls, collectors have discovered coins with exceptional strikes and unique characteristics. Some show stronger hair details on Washington, sharper eagle feathers on the reverse, and a mirror-like surface that stands out immediately. When such coins receive top grades, their value can jump from cents to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. History plays a major role here. The late 1980s marked the end of an era before modern minting technology fully took over. Coins from this period sometimes show inconsistencies that modern coins rarely have. That makes them attractive to collectors who specialize in transitional eras of U.S. coinage. The Denver Mint mark itself adds interest, as collectors often compare Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco strikes to find differences that affect desirability. What makes this coin truly fascinating is that it still hides in plain sight. Unlike gold or silver coins that people automatically save, quarters are spent without thought. That means rare examples can still be discovered today. Every time someone checks their change, there is a small but real chance of finding something special. That possibility keeps collectors searching and keeps stories like this alive. Market value today depends on several factors. Circulated examples usually remain at face value. Uncirculated coins can sell for higher amounts depending on condition. High-grade certified coins bring strong premiums. Error coins, especially dramatic and clear ones, can bring prices that surprise even experienced collectors. The market moves with demand, auctions, and collector interest, and one strong sale can reset expectations overnight. This is why education matters. Knowing what to look for separates lucky finders from people who spend rare coins without realizing it. Checking mint marks, examining edges, looking for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual weight can make all the difference. Professional grading is essential for unlocking real value, because serious buyers trust certified coins, not guesses. The story of the 1989 quarter dollar is not about guaranteed riches. It is about potential, history, and the thrill of the hunt. It reminds us that value is not always obvious, and that even modern-looking coins can carry secrets. For collectors, this coin represents opportunity. For beginners, it represents a gateway into the world of numismatics. So next time you hold a quarter, slow down. Look at the date. Look for the D mint mark. Examine the details. Because sometimes, the smallest coins carry the biggest surprises. If you love discovering hidden value, rare coins, and unbelievable coin stories, stay connected with coins. Like, share, and subscribe, because you never know which coin we will uncover next, and you never know what treasure might already be sitting in your pocket. Today's story is about a coin that most people ignore, spend, and forget, but collectors quietly search for every single day. I am talking about the United States quarter dollar coin, specifically the 1991 quarter, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but hides a fascinating history, rare possibilities, and surprising market value that can shock anyone who thinks all quarters are worth only 25 cents. The quarter dollar has always played a powerful role in American history. From buying groceries in the early days to fueling vending machines, parking meters, and everyday trade, this coin has passed through millions of hands. By 1991, the United States Mint was producing quarters in huge numbers, and the Philadelphia Mint marked its coins with the small p mint mark, a tiny letter that today makes all the difference to collectors who understand what to look for. The 1991 quarter belongs to the Washington Quarter series, a design that honors George Washington, the first president of the United States. His portrait on the front represents leadership, freedom, and the birth of a nation. By the time 1991 arrived, this design had already become iconic, familiar, and trusted, which is exactly why many rare coins from this era were overlooked. People were not checking their change carefully, and that is how rare pieces quietly slipped into circulation. Now here is where the story becomes exciting. While millions of 1991 quarters were made, not all of them are the same. Most are common and worth face value, but a small number stand out because of condition, minting quality, and most importantly, rare mint errors. These errors are what collectors dream about. Off-center strikes, double die features, clipped planchets, misaligned dies, and unusual metal flaws can transform a normal-looking quarter into a coin worth hundreds, thousands, and in extremely rare cases, life-changing money. Condition plays a massive role in value. A 1991 quarter that has been circulating for years, with scratches, worn details, and dull surfaces, usually stays close to face value. But an uncirculated example, especially one that was carefully stored and never used, can already be worth significantly more. When a coin looks sharp, with strong details on Washington's hair, clear lettering, and a clean eagle on the back, collectors pay attention. The market value of the 1991 quarter increases dramatically when grading enters the picture. Professional coin grading services evaluate coins under strict standards, assigning grades that reflect quality and preservation. High-grade examples with brilliant surfaces and no visible wear can sell for impressive prices at auctions and private sales. These are the kinds of coins collectors compete for, especially when supply is limited. Now let's talk about the rumors and headlines that make people search their pockets late at night. You may have heard numbers like hundreds of thousands of dollars attached to quarter coins, and while most of these prices apply only to extreme rarities, they are not pure fantasy. Certain error coins and perfectly preserved examples from different series have sold for astonishing amounts. For the 1991 P quarter, values reaching extremely high figures would require a one-of-a-kind error combined with a top grade, something incredibly rare but not impossible. This is why collectors never stop looking. The excitement around this coin is not just about money. It is about the hunt, the history, and the idea that something so small can carry decades of stories. Every 1991 P quarter has traveled through time, passing from person to person, witnessing daily life, economic changes, and personal moments. Some were saved, some were spent, and a very small number were born different, marked by mistakes at the mint that turned them into treasures. Collectors today are more active than ever. Online auctions, coin shows, and private marketplaces have made it easier to buy, sell, and research coins. Demand for high-quality Washington quarters remains strong, especially as newer collectors enter the hobby. This growing interest keeps prices stable and pushes rare examples even higher. If you are holding a 1991 P quarter, do not rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Check the mint mark, study the edges, look for doubling in the letters and numbers, and examine the overall strike quality. Even small details can mean the difference between a common coin and a collectible piece. Knowledge is power in the world of coins, and patience is often rewarded. What makes this story even more powerful is that coins like the 1991 P quarter remind us that wealth does not always look obvious. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, resting quietly in a drawer, a jar, or a wallet. That is why the Coins channel exists, to open your eyes to the value hiding in everyday objects and to keep the passion of coin collecting alive. As time moves forward, fewer high-quality examples of older quarters remain. Coins get lost, damaged, or melted, shrinking the population of collectible pieces. This natural process slowly increases scarcity, and scarcity fuels value. Today's overlooked quarter could be tomorrow's sought-after collectible. So the next time you receive change, pause for a moment. That small silver-colored coin may carry more than 25 cents of value. It may carry history, rarity, and possibility. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep searching, because in the world of coins, the next big discovery often begins with an ordinary-looking piece. This is why we say on the Coins channel that every coin has a story, and some stories are worth far more than you ever imagined.